Raise your hand if you have ever been pressured to get married and have kids by family, friends, or even society. If I can raise my hand 3 times, I would love to, because that is so annoying. And I just feel like there are so many other things we can be discussing as women in society, and that's what I want to talk about on this video. So I know that there are many women that want to have kids, that want to get married. And in this video, I'm going to talk about 3 things that I want you to do before you get married so that you can actually set yourself up for success and not feel like you lost yourself in the midst of these new roles that you've taken on. So if you are new here, hey girl, hey. If you are a returning member of the Maximize Money Gang, hey girl, hey, or hey boy, hey, because I know that there are many men that watch my channel. My name is Jocelyn Ross, and I teach Black women like you how to save more and spend wisely with the 9-to-5 income that you already earn so that you can continue to enjoy your life without going deeper into debt for it. And like I said, this topic is all about 3 things that I want Black women, okay, because this is a Black women's channel, to do before they get married. And so as I mentioned, there is so much pressure out there from all over the place for women to fall in line with these ideals that they have for us. And you look up and realize that wow, I never really got to live my life for me, and I don't want that to be your story. That's definitely not my story, and I don't want it to be yours. So the number one thing I want you to do before you get married is to, number 1, live alone. I know back in the day, it was very common for a man or a woman to leave their parents' homes and go straight to their husband's homes. We're not doing that in 2024. We're not even getting married at 18, 19, 20. And I don't even recommend that for anybody because you don't even fully know yourself. Don't do it. Take time to understand yourself. Take time to really live in your solitude, and take time to understand what it takes to maintain a household, and if you leave that to someone else, like your husband or your parents, you'll never truly understand what it takes to have a system. You'll never know how to handle it on your own because you've never done it. And I've just seen too many stories online about women leaving their marriages with nothing. I've seen them not being able to go back to work. I've seen them not be able to do the things that an able-bodied citizen should be able to do, and it really hurts me. And so I am always an advocate of a woman doing what's best for her, and I feel like your home, it should be your place of solitude. And before you even leave and cleave to another person, you should know how to maintain your livelihood on your own. And often our biggest expense is our houses, and I say houses, even if you live in an apartment, wherever you live, just knowing how to handle your bills, knowing how to handle maintenance, knowing how to just make sure that things can remain copacetic will give you a peace of mind, and be able to clock when you see something from someone else and it's not something you're happy with, And as a bonus to that, I would hope that many women, and this isn't going to be for every single woman, you have to know yourself as a woman, but don't be afraid of homeownership as a single woman. I used to, if I could go back in time and buy sooner, I definitely would have, because there are so many benefits to homeownership as a woman. The sense of power and self-awareness and just boldness that you feel, knowing that yeah, I did all this on my own. What you bringing to the table ain't much, baby. The life gets better. It's all I can say. You just move with more confidence. You just move you the SHIT because you are, okay? So again, I know that's not for every single woman, but take the time to live alone, because you learn so much about yourself, and you learn how to maintain a household so that when you do leave and cleave to somebody else, you're not tolerating no BS, because you already know how things should be running, okay? Now, granted, they're going to have to look a little different, but at least you have the foundational knowledge. So that's point 1. Point 2 is to travel. A lot of people have never left their hometowns, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all. We rushing to have these kids, we rushing to get married, but we haven't even fully lived life. And I know that a lot of people don't necessarily like to travel. They may not be your area of enjoyment, but I feel like if you've never left the country, if you've never left your state, if you've never left your city, you have no idea what other experiences and lessons are out there for you to enjoy. the reason I love traveling so much is because I meet so many amazing people every single time. Like, I don't go to stunt for the gram. Like, most of what I do on vacation, people don't even see. Like, some vacations I've taken and they haven't even been online because I'm just so much in the moment, and I'm so excited about just experiencing this new culture, trying new foods, and just living in the moment, you know? And you just never know who you'll meet, especially if we talking marriage and kids, baby. If you over the men, or if you're a guy, if you're over the women in your city, just imagine what else is out there. You never know who you gonna meet. I'm not gonna tell you all my business, but you never know who you're going to meet. Like, keep your options open, you know, broaden your horizons, and take one trip. Even if it's not something you do all the time, take one trip outside of your state if you haven't, and then take one trip out the country, which is gonna require your passport. But like, once you do it, you're gonna realize that there's just so much more out there. Like, and it's not as expensive as people say, but if you do feel like it is expensive and you don't have the money, go ahead and grab my spending plan in the description. I created it specifically for my fellow 9-to-5 girlies who want to, again, like, enjoy life. They want to save more money. They want to spend a little wisely, but they don't want to feel restricted. And that's what that spending plan will help you do. It'll help you understand where your money is going and where it's coming from, so that you have a plan for it before it even hits your account. And that gives you, again, another sense of power. I want women to stand in who they are this year and walk in who you are boldly and proudly, and stop taking all this BS from your family and your friends and these men. Most of the times they're not worth it, okay? So, sorry, that was a little tangent, but it's I've been living, okay? So, travel and go abroad one time if you can. I'm telling you, it's a game changer. And once you do it, come on back to this video and let me know what your experience is like, okay? So, my third point is to get clear on who you are. Not on how your parents see you, not on what your community says, not on what your family says, not on what your friends are doing, not on what's happening online, not from what society is saying. Like, what do you enjoy? Who are you at your core? What are your morals? What are your values? Like, that is another reason why I'm not an advocate of people marrying young and becoming parents young. And when I say young, I mean like less than like 25 years old, because I feel like you're still going to be learning yourself well into your 30s, your 40s, your 50s. But I just feel like when you're like early 20s, you're easily impressionable. Is that the term? You're easily impressionable. I promise I have a degree. Easily impressionable. And so like, you kind of go in many different directions. Now, we'll say Gen Z, a lot of y'all, if y'all Gen Z don't play. They know who they are and they stand in it. They don't want to work. They don't want to do nothing. And I wish I had that mentality when I was in my 20s, because I would look a lot different these days. But take the time to understand who you are. Take the time to understand what your values are, what you enjoy doing. Again, go back to living alone, traveling abroad, and really expanding your life and expanding your sense of self with experiences, with time alone, with solitude, because it'll help you to attract the kind of person that you want. You know, you don't want to operate in life from a fear perspective. You don't want to operate in life from a scarcity perspective. You want to attract people that are aligned with you, that are heading in the same direction that you are for your life. But if you don't even know where you're headed, if you don't have a vision for your life, if you don't have an idea of like what you enjoy and like who you want to become, then you're just going to be accepting anything. You know, I truly believe it's not that we are not what am I trying to say? We aren't who we attract. We are who we entertain. And we can attract all these dusties in the world, baby. But who you decide to entertain and what you decide to tolerate and accept says a lot about who you are as a woman. And I truly believe, and I had this conversation yesterday with my cousin, like, we are the company we keep, number one, and that we as women have more power than we give ourselves. And I have another friend who told me that as well, and he's a guy. And even when he told me that, I was just like, nah, but like, a man has to set the tone and boom, boom, boom. He was like, actually, no. Yes, a man should approach you. That's true. And he should make his intentions known. But you get to choose whether or not you want him in your life. And if so, you get to choose how you want him in your life. And I got that in the moment, but like over these last couple of months, I was like, you know what? He is right. He is right. We give our power away too much and too easily for the bare minimum. And that's because we will settle for scraps. We will take bits and pieces, especially if we really like the man, and realize that 6 months have passed and I feel more confused, I feel more empty, I feel more stressed than I did before I even met this man. And so I want less of that, and I want us to get clear on who we are, get clear on what we want, and get clear on what we will and will not tolerate. And the more we do that and stand on it, as we say, standing on business, as y'all say, because I don't really say that, but as the online girlies say, standing on business, life is going to get better. You're going to attract better people. You're going to learn what you're willing to tolerate, what you're not willing to tolerate, and you'll be able to set boundaries so that if someone is BSing you, you can clock that ish and move them right along, okay? Because we want people in our lives that make us better. We want to be able to give better to the people that are in our lives. And we have to take the time to understand who we are to even make that happen. So that is what I desire for the girlies. Before you get married, before you have kids, live alone, travel as often as you can if it's your thing. If it's not, at least do it once. Leave the country once. And please come back and tell me about your experience. And 3 is to get clear on who you are and what you want. And again, all of this connects to how you manage your money. There is a level of independence that comes with financial independence, with money management, with financial stability. Because I don't ever want us relying our whole livelihood on a man. I don't want a man to have control over us so that if he decides to leave, we out here homeless. Like, we can't get a job, we can't do this, we can't do that. I've seen it time after time after time. It's a decade-old story and it's old, okay? So always have your own. I don't care if you is married. I tell my married friends, always have your own, okay? They know this about me. I'm gonna tell them. And I love all of their husbands. I do, and I believe they're good men. I always want women to have their own. Have your own mind, have your own decisions. Never let a man tell you what he's going to be doing with you. You have to work with him. You have to tell him what you want to do. And just like he tells you what you want to do, you want a partner. You don't want somebody who's going to dictate you. That's just a new set of parents. We're not doing that in 2024. So if you want to get more empowered, you want to get more clear on your finances, you want to move forward in 2024 with confidence, you want to reach your goals, you want to buy the house, you want to live alone, you want to travel more, you want to do more self-care, then you need my free spending plan, which I created specifically for my 9-to-5 earning girlies who, again, want to enjoy life. They want to know where their money is going. They want to know where it's coming from. They want to know what they're doing with it so that they're not stressing out, at the end of the month and looking at their account and realizing that they have no money left. They want to travel. They want to go and have self-care days. They want to go to brunch and not stress on if they have the money or that there'll be some overdraft fees. Like, we're not doing that in 2024. Like, we're not. And so the spending plan is the first step, girl. Like, go ahead and get you a copy. It's free, okay? That's how much I want y'all to do better, how I want me to do better in 2024. And again, knowing where your money is going and where it's coming from is going to be a game changer. Like, you're going to realize where you're going wrong, where your bad spending habits are, and how you can course correct them. So if you enjoyed this video and you are all about becoming the best version of yourself, go ahead and watch my video on how to become the best version of yourselves, where I highlight 3 practical tips and daily habits that I know you will love and that will be very much aha moments for you, because even though I recorded it, they were very much aha moments for me. So be sure to like, comment, and subscribe on this video. Share it with a friend. And I'll see you on the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know which one of these things you're going to prioritize first in the year of our Lord 2024. And I'm looking forward to hearing from you and rooting for you on the other side of the computer. All right, peace.